Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome again to another painting tutorial. So for this week's painting, I'll be doing landscape painting, but it will be a road with some trees on the sides. I've been doing this type of painting ever since, but this time I'll be doing a rainy day painting, or not actually rainy day, but after the rain type of scene. So the colors that we'll be using for today's painting tutorial are listed in the description box below. You can check them out there and you can see them from this side. So we have titanium white, burnt sienna, sap green, oxide black, primary blue, and primary yellow. So we're going to start by first identifying where things are going to go. So we're going to identify where the horizon is going to go. So I'm going to get my small brush and I'll be using my black. Okay, I'll be using my black. I'm checking my microphone. Yeah, it's okay. So we're going to identify where things are going to go first. I'm using an 11 by 14 canvas paper. And the horizon will be just below the middle section or the midline. All right, just like that. Okay. Now we're going to identify where the road is going to go. And since we're painting a road, there will be so much respect for perspective, all right? So we're going to be using or doing a little triangle right below the horizon line, like this. So you want to leave a little bit of space right here. You don't want this point to reach this point because that will be too narrow a road. So we want to make it a little wider by actually elevating the, the point where this line ends. Okay, like that. Any crooked line will be corrected as we go, but this is basically where things are gonna go. So the midsection would be here, of course. All right, so this will be the road. And on the sides, we'll be painting some pine trees. And of course, the pine trees will be will follow perspective as well. So it will look, or they will look, or they will appear bigger right here near the viewer, and they will appear smaller as they reach that midpoint on the horizon line because of perspective. Not because the trees are small, they may or may not, but they appear small basically because of perspective. The farther the object is, the smaller they appear or they seem to be. Okay, now I'm going to underpaint my sketch or my painting, and we'll be underpainting first the sky, and we'll be using a gray color since, I told you that this will be an after the rain scene. So I'm going to get my white, titanium white, and mix it with black. You don't want it to be too gray, okay? We don't want it to be super gloomy. We just want a suggestion of after the rain. So I'm going to gray this area. You can add tiny bit of blue because this is the sky and we want to make sure that the blue color is still there. Again, you don't want to overdo the bluey tinge. You just want a little tiny bit of hint of blue color. Okay, my canvas paper is very absorbent. Okay, um, meaning that I have to apply more water than I would normally do if I was painting on a normal stretch canvas. So if you're using the same or similar material, just like what I have here, you may wish to, or you may need to use more water just to make things more fluid and smooth when you apply them. Okay, just like that. Okay. Just want to make sure that it's a little bit grayish bluish color. All right, and that's just the underpainting for the sky. Okay, now I'm gonna underpaint the road, and that would be also gray. However, it will be a darker gray, darker than this one definitely. So I'm gonna use black and white, but it's again more dominantly black. Again, I'm gonna wet my brush quite heavily, simply because my paper is absorbent. You don't have to water it too much if your canvas is not that absorbent, or if you're using the normal canvas, stretch canvas. You don't have to. Just adjust, according to the material that you're using. Okay. And just using some dark gray color. Just like that. Keeps on moving. Now on the sides, I'm just gonna paint it black. So just grab your black and just underpaint it black. You don't have to be specific as to the direction of your paintbrush, or I mean of your brush strokes. Just paint it black. Okay, just like this. Okay, now we've basically underpainted the whole canvas paper. We're gonna go into the detailing, okay, step by step. Okay, I'm gonna switch brush because this brush that I'm using is size. What is this size? Size. I really don't care about the size of my paintbrushes, but it's quite big. So I'm gonna switch now to smaller brushes for the detailing part. And I think I'm gonna use the brush that I use for sketching. So I'm gonna continue with the black color, okay, for the trees. But I think I'm gonna go for, all right, let's proceed with the black first, and I'm gonna sketch some bushes, okay, just to make some irregular shapes already right here. I know it doesn't make sense at the moment, but you have to trust me on this one. Remember where the midsection or the midline is. Okay, and also right here. All right, just like that. Just make some irregular shapes on the sides. I actually adjusted the brightness of my camera so that because I'm painting in the evening and I'm using just the usual lamp. All right. Okay. Now I'm gonna get my brown. Gonna get my brown. I'm gonna get my yellow. I'm just gonna mix them. I did not wash my brush because I actually want the combination of all the colors. And we're gonna make some suggestion of land right here on the side. Okay, I'm gonna have to use a little bit of white so that I can see the color. White and yellow and brown and black. Okay. And I'm gonna have to do it on the other side. All right, like this. And as I always say, this stage is very preliminary. So if it doesn't make sense at the moment, it's okay. It means that we're doing the right thing. If it doesn't make sense at the moment. All right, like this. Okay, now I'm gonna dab onto my sap green without washing my brush. And I'm just gonna make some tiny dabs of paints. To suggest some bushes. Okay, I'm gonna use a little bit of yellow here and there. And I'll be changing or I'll be using a different brush later for more details actually. We're just doing this as a preliminary step. And we're gonna do the same thing over this side. Just mix the colors green, yellow, brown, and a little bit of white just to make or just to make the color more visible to the eye. Okay. Mhm. Yes. Okay, like that. And then now I'm going to use an angle brush, okay, this one, just for me to be able to do some straight lines. Okay, and I'll be using gray. Okay, so I'm going to mix my black and white. We're going to do the light colors first. And I'm going to create some suggestion of distant trees. So using some gray, I'm just going to suggest or make some suggestions of distant trees. Like that. And I'm going to do it right here. So some more distant trees. And right here. All right. Mhm. Now I'm going to dab on to my black, pure black, okay? Although I did not wash my brush. I'm just going to use pure black. Let's proceed. Oh, I'm going to mix it with sap green. Since we're painting the trees now, while it seems like it's just black, it will seem like it's just black, but mixing it with green will make the painting more realistic, and it's going to feel more realistic. It's going to feel more real. So I'm going to do a straight line like this. Okay, but I'm gonna make the trunk a little thicker down here because of the natural patterns of nature. And I'm gonna create some um, tree branches. The tree branches should be a little more random. They should not look like they are man-made, meaning they should go in all sorts of direction. And also using the tip of my angle brush, I'm just going to start creating some suggestion of leaves. You can use your fan brush actually, but I'm just going to start with the angle brush since this is what I have on hand. Like, I don't want to switch brush at the moment, but you can if you want to. Yes. And I'm going to do here and here. I feel like the lighting on, I'm gonna adjust it a bit. Mm, yeah, I think that's fine. That's very preliminary though. So I'm gonna add more trees right here. So it's just dabbing, dabbing, and dabbing. A bit of add some dark colors and also right here. Okay, like that. And then I think I'm gonna switch brush now. I don't know if you can hear like growling or something. I don't know what's going on upstairs, but I'll be using an old brush of mine to create some more foliage on the trees. So I'm gonna dab onto my black, the one that we've been using. I'll be adding more green this time and a little bit of yellow as well, just to lighten things up a bit. And it's not going to be super light, but it will look lighter when you close up or closely look at the painting. So I'm going to use the tip of my old brush to create more foliage. Okay. This brush is as old as my painting journey. This was bought in 2017 and I started painting in 2017. So I never threw it away. I don't intend to throw it away because I kind of like the effect that it's giving my paintings when I'm doing foliage. The tip of my old brushes just do the work for me. And again, I'm just gonna add foliage. And also here. If you're a beginner and you don't have old brushes, you can use a new brush. Okay, just use the tip of the brush. Or if you have a new brush and it's stiff, then well and good, you can use that definitely. Okay, now I'm gonna lighten it. I'm gonna add white to the existing color that I'm using. We want some lighter version of that. And I'm gonna dab on to the same, I'm gonna dab it on in the same manner. This will provide dimension. By lightening some and darkening some, we get that effect. Mm, Oops, I'm gonna lighten that. I'm gonna darken that, I mean. Okay. Now I'm gonna dab onto my green plus yellow. I'm gonna add tiny bit of burnt sienna to that so that the color is toned down. Right. Some greens. Right here. All right. Now we're gonna lighten the, what do you call this? The road. So I'm gonna use the same brush that I used when I did the underpainting. And I'm gonna do some gray color. And I'm gonna start lightening the road portion. Okay, just like that. Okay. Now I'm gonna switch brush again, just to make it easy for me to get into those tight spaces. I'm gonna get my black, pure black. Okay, and now I'm gonna darken that area that separates the road from um, the land part or the soil part. Okay, just like that. Again, perspective, you observe that. Okay. Okay, like that. Mhm. And then using the same black color that we have here, I'm gonna go and create some reflections. Okay, I'm gonna add reflection of the tree right here. Oops, sorry. Okay, now I'm gonna use some yellow. I'm gonna add brown to my yellow so that it's toned down. Okay. And using this brownish yellowish color, let's create, okay, a straight line right here. Just along that area where we did the road sketch. And it should go up to that midline. I mean, to the midpoint right here. Okay. When it's drier or when I can paint over it already, we will be applying some more yellowish color. Okay, this is just the underpainting for that. And we're gonna do the same thing right here. All right. Okay, just like that. And we're gonna do the midpoint or the midsection. So I'm gonna just finish that one. Okay, so remember we had some midline here. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're just gonna repeat that. So I'm gonna apply the midline. But then again, we follow perspective. As this line goes near you, it will appear fatter. Okay, just like this. Yeah, just like this. For perspective, only. Okay, just like that. Okay, I'm gonna get some white, mix it with this color, while we're waiting for those areas to dry. And I'm just gonna apply a little bit of some highlights along the road. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing. Right there. Okay, I'm gonna use my burnt sienna plus black. We're gonna use this type of browny color just to add some variety and naturalism to this area. And then some light colors. It's just a combination of dark and light colors, making this area more like soily. Is that even a word? Soily and more natural looking. You can use your palette knife right here. Okay. I think this is already good. So I can paint over it. Mhm. So I'm gonna get my yellow color. This time it's gonna be white and yellow. So I'm gonna get my white and yellow. And then using this color, I'm just gonna apply that over this area that we just did. And by the way, guys, I'm not really a fan of using ruler. That's why even if we're painting roads and, you know, straight lines, I don't want to use a ruler because it doesn't feel like a painting for me. When I use a ruler, I feel like I'm doing a project, like a school project. And I don't want that feeling. I want to paint. I don't want to do a lot of measuring. It's a little bit wet, but it's okay. As long as we've already put the yellowy color right there. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. Okay, let's go. Now I'm going to apply a little bit of yellowish brownish color right here in the middle section. Okay, more yellow and maybe a little bit of white. Right here. Okay, like that. We will correct some crooked lines later. For now, let's just do this. Okay, now while we're waiting for those areas to dry, we can get our black paint so that we can already correct those areas that I told you that even without a ruler, you know, we can do this without a ruler. So just clean those areas where the paint went outside our sketch lines. You can straighten it. And I suggest that you do this freehand. You don't want to use a ruler. I don't want you to use that. I don't want you to depend on those things. We already have our paintbrushes as our tools, so let us not make things more complicated by adding more tools. Oops, sorry about that. Okay, I think I'm gonna correct that part because I made it super wrong. This area is not much of a problem. So let me just correct that one. Because I really taken that part. Okay. Okay. Now I'm gonna get some lighter gray. So still black, but this time more white than we had before. Okay. So I'm just gonna use this to create some, okay, gray colors, lightening a bit the pathway or the road. I'm gonna have to paint or glaze over the yellow line in the middle. Okay, right here. Use some white, but without washing your brush. So I'm gonna lighten this area right here because this is where things look more blurry because it's an after the rain scene. So I'm gonna glaze over this area. We're not totally deleting the images that we just painted, but we want to make sure that we follow perspective and also the mood of the painting, which is a rainy day painting. Like that. And again, we want to brighten this area. And let's make some dabs of pure white right here, just to suggest light. And along the yellow line. And we do that as well here. Okay, like that. Here. And I'm gonna create some more foliage. So I'm gonna mix my existing white and green. Let's create some light greeny colors randomly on each side. You don't want to overdo this. These are just small highlights. Because even if it's a rainy day, it's not really like evening time. This could be morning or late in the afternoon, but not evening time. So there should be some sort of light, still going on. Cannot be just full darkness and gloominess. Okay, I'm gonna add more burnt sienna because again, I don't want it to be just green. I want some variety. I'm gonna add a little bit of yellow, just again to make things more look natural or to look more natural. That's what I mean. Okay. I'm gonna get my black. Okay. Let's do some more detailing. Let's line. Okay, let's create some line just along the yellow line in the middle. Oops. That sound is coming from my kitchen. Let's create some reflections. Reflections are the distorted version of the thing that it reflects. So it should not be the carbon copy of, the image that you see on the foreground, or no, sorry, not on the foreground, but on top of the reflective thing. Um, it is the distorted image, therefore, it should not really be the exact copy as to the form of the object or the thing that is being reflected. Now, if your line is crooked, it's okay. No, it will only make your painting look more natural because paints on the road signs, they wear and tear, so they're gonna be destroyed one way or another. So just imagine it as just being natural. I'm just adding some sort of more visible details of trees, but not everything, just tiny bit. Mm. Okay, again, some green color and black, and I'm gonna apply it on the foliage. You don't want to green everything, okay? Just tiny suggestions of that color. Okay, I'm gonna add some yellow green here and there. Okay, maybe a little bit of white, just for highlights. Okay, not too much. Okay. And some black for spaces, negative spacing. Okay. Oops. And then some gray color again. Also right here. On the sides. Okay, like that. Some highlights. Tiny highlights. You don't want to highlight everything. Now I'm gonna glaze this part with some black. So I'm gonna use my black and I'm gonna water it down, making sure that it's only glazing that area, not painting over it. So I'm gonna use my black and use water. Okay, and then I'm just gonna make quick, like this, very very quick glazing over this area. Okay, and if you have to, you can use a clean brush just to go over that area that you think was painted too much or glazed too much. Or you can just simply paint over it. I'm just going to use my yellow again and black and white, I mean, just like that. I don't know why I'm having a hard time doing this side. I don't know why. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to use my white. Make some more white colors right here, just to make some suggestion of light. Okay. And between, you know, create some spacing right here. That even if it rained, the sun is almost there to shine. Again, lightening this area because the light is coming from this area as well. So just to be consistent with our light source. Okay. And also here, just apply some white spacing like that. Very random. Like that. And I'm gonna apply some more white right here. Okay, just to suggest wetness of the road. Let me see. I'm gonna create some more dark colors. And some greeny colors. Okay. I'm gonna get some gray because I feel like um, the road, this area is too, I need more white. We need to gray it a bit. Oops, why did I? Sometimes, okay. We need some light gray. Okay, my paints are not cooperating at the moment. Okay. That. Mm. I like this one. Oh, I really like this one. Okay, I think I'm gonna glaze over the sky part. So I'm gonna use my white again. Water it down. You can gray it down even if you want. And I'm just gonna apply some white colors, lightening it a bit. Okay. Okay. Wow, we're good on reflections. And then we're gonna go back to doing some more foliage. So I'm just using black. You can use green as well, mixed with black. We're almost done. Excuse me. Right, like this. Mhm. Okay, now using black, and a pointy brush. Let's just realign or using some, let's just make it a little straighter. You see that? Okay, I need to a little bit adjust the yellowy area on the road. So I'm just gonna make it wider, on the foreground, because I feel like it looks straight, doesn't have a triangular shape. It should appear more triangular. And then yellow. I just adjusted it. It's actually looking crooked, but okay. Use black. Okay, I'm thinking of what to add. And I'm gonna get more white. Some detailing. Mhm. Let me check. Okay. I'm just gonna lighten it. Okay. I think this is done. All right, this is done, and I'm gonna sign this now. And I'm gonna use my white. I'm gonna sign right here. Okay, and we're finished. So I hope you enjoy this one, and I hope you paint along with me. And see you in my next one, guys. It's what? I can't believe it. It's 11 p.m. already. So see you in my next one, and yeah, have a great day. Happy painting, guys. Bye. Mm, 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 mm. Love you.